Okay, so today we're going to look at a pull workout. So you don't get bored of me all the time. I've just filmed this video with one of my clients. So as you can see here, the first exercise is a straight arm rope pull down. Now this is great for isolating the lats. There's absolutely no bicep involvement at all. It's really good if you are struggling to fill the lats. Go directly from that onto a lat pull down. Focusing on pulling through the elbows, bring it down into your collarbone and keeping your lats under constant tension. Too many people pull too far over the top and actually lose tension in the lats trying to pull it too low down onto the chest. We performed about 3 of these supersets. We then moved on to a version of a dumbbell row that I like to use. Now this, as you can see, is more of a swing. Again, we're trying to isolate the lats and engage the biceps as little as possible so you can see the rolling motion through the lats. This is really good for just isolating them again. If you're struggling to fill the lats, doing the straight arm pull down, superset of the lat pull down, and doing this exercise will definitely help to engage that. The third exercise is a 45-degree incline row. Now I'm using a Smith machine here, so just place the bar underneath the bench and we're pulling up towards your chest with your elbows flared out to hit the rhomboids and the middle of the back. So we're hitting a different area here. The final back exercise is a deadlift. I'm just showing a variation on this deadlift here. You can see George has got a purple band around his neck, and that's just to increase tension at the top of the movement. Obviously the weight will be a lot less than what you would normally use, but it does to help to really add tension to the top of the movement where you really squeeze your lower back. And as you can see, he's leaning right back, getting as much squeeze into that lower back as possible. You can use varying bands of varying strengths as well. Okay, so we've done back now, so we're on to next part of the pull workout, which is going to be barbell curls. Now George is doing a DC set here. It's called dog crap training. Don't be fooled by it. The name is misleading. It is a very good way of training. What we are going to do is we're going to perform around about 6 to 7 reps on the first set, but this needs to be to failure, so you need to select the weight correctly. You want to be keeping the form pretty tight, because if you start swinging on the first set, you are not going to be able to get many on the next 2 sets. So George then has 20 seconds rest after performing, I think it was 7 on this set for him, and then he'll go again trying to keep that form nice and tight. And you see he's going to fail much earlier now. He fails in about 3, maybe 4 reps. That's normal. You'd expect to get somewhere between 6 and 7, 3 and 4, and then 2 and 3 on the third and final set. It's a really intense way of training. It's like a drop set, but without dropping the weight, you're dropping the reps instead. So the weight stays the same. A short rest period of 20 seconds or 10 deep breaths, and then we go to failure again. So there's 3 failure points. You probably wouldn't need to do any more than 2 of these. These are really hard sets. Like I said, there's 3 failure points on each one. The next one is a little variation on a hammer curl that I like. So I'm sitting up against a bench press here with the elbows against the bar. So you're keeping your elbows really strict. So it's all biceps. You're not allowed to swing the arms at all. The idea is we're going to choose a weight where you're going to fail around about 8 to 10 reps. Once the elbows start coming off the bar like they did there, George is going to sit forward and swing them out to failure. So if you get 8 strict ones, I like to get 8 unstrict ones, swings. This gets a really good pump. The form does look really bad at this point, and it is. But once you've got the 8 strict ones out, it's just a case of just overloading the muscle and doing a bit more. The third bicep exercise, we're going to incorporate something different again. We're going to do muscle rounds. So what George is doing here, he's doing 4 reps per arm and then swapping each time, and you do a total of 6 rounds. Now if you fail to get 4 on, say, round 5, you drop the weight by about 30% and you finish the 6 sets of 4 off with a lighter weight. If you can manage to get the full 6 sets, on the 6th and final set you'll go to failure. So if you're getting 6, 7, 8 reps on the last set, you know that you probably should have started the weight a little bit heavier. As a guide, you want to be using a weight what you'd normally do 12 to 15 reps for. You can see now George is going to fail. This is his last set now, so I think he manages about 7 reps on each arm. So I think we're using 7.5 kilos. So next time we might use an 8, we might use a 9, we might even jump straight to 10.
Come on.
You don't want to go too heavy though. And what I like to add to my pull workouts is actually some abdominal work as well. If you think about doing push-pull legs, which is a split that's very common at the moment, you generally will do chest, shoulders and triceps. If you push, you'll do quads, hamstrings, calves, maybe some glutes, especially the girls on your leg day. So the only muscle you're really missing is your abs. And it makes sense. You're only doing 2 muscle groups on pull day with back and biceps. You may do some traps, but it's all kind of part of the back. So I like to do my abs opposing the deadlifts as well, because you're already working your lower back. So it's a good idea to focus the rest of the workout with the core. Thanks for watching. And next time we'll get a push workout.